What's going on, y'all? This is Newsboy of the Hour, Chris Man, and today we'll be discussing about a breaking news of a trade that has happened in the NHL recently. Yesterday, the Toronto Maple Leafs acquired Ryan Dzingel and Ilya lyubushkin from the Arizona Coyotes for exchange for Nick Richie and a conditional fifth round of 2025 and the third round pick of 2023. Richie 2 goals and been sent down to the minors as a buried of the cap hit. This pick of the Leafs have been sending will either be the third round selection in the 2023 NHL draft or a second round in 2025. Richie, 26, signed with Toronto in the summer. He put up 9 points in 3 different games, 2 goals in 33 games and 9 points. In January, Richie was placed on waivers. He was about to clear and was then assigned to the Toronto Taxi Squad. Now that Taxi Squad's not there anymore. However, following the elimination of the Taxi Squad in the NHL, following the All-Star break, he was assigned to the Toronto Marlies of the AHL. Dzingel comes with a cap hit of $1.1 million and is the final year of his contract. Richie cap is around $2.5 million, playing in the minors. This was a separation that he would be traded. Back to Dzingel. He makes $1.1 million, and he is a final year of his contract that we said minutes ago. Lyubushkin, as you've heard of, he's a big body, 6 foot, 205 pound defenseman, as he is known as his nickname is the Russian Bear, that I found out. He's a white shot defenseman, is also in the final year of his contract. He earns around $1.35 million. This gives the Leafs some depth and help of defense that they need come in the playoffs or by the NHL trade deadline. Because remember, they're not done on the deadline. They're not done. They have so much work to do by March 21st. Then this move was made a little more than a month before the NHL trade deadline we mentioned. And Dzingel is 29, is a 7th-season NHL veteran who was first drafted by the Ottawa Senators in the 7th round in the 2011 draft. He played 3.5 seasons in Ottawa. He was traded to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Not to mention, they traded him in 2018-19. He has since had stints with the Carolina Hurricanes and made a return to the Senators before he was signed in the past summer with Arizona. In 26 games played this season, Dzingel has 7 points and 35 penalty minutes. So he must be kind of good if you look at the 27-year-old lyubushkin, as you call it, lyubushkin, has spent a 4-year NHL career with the Coyotes. In 46 games played in this season, he's trailed 9 assists in sports and minuses. He's a -6 because he was playing with a bad Coyotes team. Well, another parent he was playing with was Jacob Chigwin. So those two kind of combined something here, but it didn't really work out with the Coyotes, but that's why they had to trade him. And there was reports from Elliot Friedman stating that the Maple Leafs have been looking for a suitor for Nick Richie. So, report from Arizona and from Ellie Freeman is that Arizona just announced their lineup for their game tonight. Ilya lyubushkin is not playing. He's a defenseman, right-hand shot. I think he's a player that's had some interest around the league, said Freeman, doing a 32 thoughts segment on Hockey Night of Canada. He's not very well known, but he's a pretty good player, and I'm wondering if this is a potential match between Toronto and Arizona. 32 thoughts on Elliot Freeman, saying that the Maple Leafs are really looking for a top 4 defenseman coming in the trade deadline. And I was thinking that can lyubushkin be that type of player? Or he could slot down with Sedin. And they have to do is that now they're over the cap. Well, they have to be over the cap or under the cap. This was just to clear cap space and save up cap space for the trade deadline that's coming up. So like they said, the Coyotes only have 5 players under contract for next year. We knew that the Leafs are trying to move Nick Richie, so they know that they're going to move him. I think there might be something here. And Freeman reported that last week that the Maple Leafs were shopping Richie. The struggling winger cleared waivers on January 7th, as we know, and ever since then has been in limbo. A first assigned to the Marlies and the Maple Leafs taxi squad. Now that was scrapped, apparently, after the All-Star break. There's no official trade request, but I think everybody here understands it might be better to find him somewhere else to play, said Freeman. And I think there has been some traction the last few days around the league. There were some few teams interested in Richie. Compelling trade talks, and that Richie, who signed a 2-year deal in the offseason with a $2.5 million that we talked about earlier in this video, cap hit each season, has a year left on his deal, Freeman said. If the Maple Leafs decide to buy him out, or Arizona decides to buy him out, that could lead them up to $3 million cap hit dump. Well, that's what they decided to trade him. If the argument's sake the Maple Leafs were to buy him out, it would be $3 million on next year's cap, said Freeman. So I don't think Toronto wants to retain anything more than that in a trade, but depending on how this can all go and how they can be worked out, it is believed then there is some traction being gained on Richie around the league and clearing some room and finding him a space. So we discussed that Richie has been traded. That we have known. So I was gonna discuss y'all about the trade that was leaked to be around the media today. I just woken up earlier and found out about this when I woke up. I was like, wow. So they did trade him after that 6-3 loss against the St. Louis Blues. And I said to myself, I knew that he was going to get traded. Finally, he was going to get traded. Well, they needed to do that trade. Well, that's what wraps up for this video today. Let me know what your thoughts on this trade that was on Richie. And see if this was going to be like a sort of like a good deal or not. What do you think? Was this a good trade for the Leafs, or was this a bad trade? You know, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. You know, want to see what your thoughts are on this video. Well, my opinion, it was kind of like a good thing that they trade Richie. His cap hit. You know, he was having like a down year. You know, the experiment with Matthews, Marner, and Richie kind of failed, but he's only put up 2 goals and 37 penalty minutes and only 9 points. Well, I wish the best of luck for him in Arizona. I know that the Coyotes are really in the moment of rebuilding at this moment, but they got like a lot of draft picks. So this is Newsboard of the Hour, Chris Man, signing off.